If you've been around a while, you may recognize this structure as the United Brethren Church, or later, the Evangelical United Brethren Church, or 7 years ago, the Lakeview United Methodist Church at Lakeview and Clinton Avenues in Conneaut. The church combined with 2 other local Methodist churches in 2008 to form the New Leaf United Methodist Church and Event Center, now out at Route 7 and Gateway Avenue. So the next moniker for this structure? The Northman Grove Arts Settlement. 2 brothers, Norris and Nathan Kelly, hope to make this a musical learning center by summer 2016. It is a dream the brothers have had since purchasing the building and incorporating in 2012. Their first goal was to open in 2014. The pair is looking for new areas for the biggest stumbling block to their goal, and that's funding.
We are changing it into the Northman Grove Arts Settlement. The Northman Grove Arts Settlement will be, the goal and the mission of it is to be training both high school and college age students that are serious about the performing arts. Training them in this area. We'll be bringing faculty members from colleges and universities who are professional musicians themselves, who will be coming in and training the students during the week. And then there will be actual performances for the community that are happening on the weekends. Really, we're looking at high school seniors, basically, is who we want to be dealing with, because we want to have a level of maturity that we're bringing in. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that they're serious about being able to train on a high caliber level. And then we're going to also be dealing with college age students that are serious about performance. We have individuals that have promised to be faculty. I'm friends with a number of individuals who are faculty at places like Oberlin Conservatory, Baldwin Wallace, Penn State University.
They're willing to come to Conneaut?
Yes, they're willing to come. What we're going to do is that we're going to have, it's going to be similar to like an Interlochen or Chautauqua, mm-hmm. but instead of being the whole summer long, we want to break the program down into 3-week chunks so that we're not running into diminishing returns for the students that will be here. We also know that a number of students need to be able to work a little bit during the summer, right. And that will give them the opportunity to work, but also to have a high level experience. We're starting with things like voice, piano. There will be a jazz program. We have some woodwinds. One of the individuals that will be involved is faculty at Penn State. Actually having individual lessons with the faculty member. They're doing small group instruction, maybe chamber work and that type of thing with their peers. So there'll be that type of experience. And then again, there'll be performances, actual performances by the students that will happen on the weekends for the community.
And when do you think all this is going to start?
We had the best laid plans of mice and men was that we wanted it to start 2 years ago. We were able to purchase the facility and start a lot of changes that happened with the facility. And basically that's where I sunk my money into purchasing the facility. And securing funds to prime the pump. So from foundations, that's been, with the change in our economy, we have found that to be kind of difficult right now. With the foundations who are looking at giving money to our arts organizations like us, I was able to talk to one of the foundations, and they said with the hit that they took, that they were now changing their focus, and they were giving more readily to tried and true sure things like colleges and universities. Colleges and universities that had both the educational and the arts outreach, that type of thing. So they said, Norris, we feel that what you're doing is very, very good. But again, we took a hit. So that's what we're doing right now, is that our focus has changed. Monies that I might be able to secure from like the Ohio Arts Council or the National Endowment of the Arts, you have to be around for 3 years and doing business for 3 years.
And you've been here too.
Been here for 2 before they will start giving monies. And so that's really kind of the catch-22 that we've run into. And I wasn't as computer savvy on some things like some of the internet funds. Nathan did a good job in finding sources like GoFundMe, like those kind of things that I wasn't aware of. I wasn't aware of Crowdrise and that type of thing. So he did a lot of work and he found those things. And we're currently in the process. We've started working with Crowdrise to get something going. But, again, not being as computer savvy when it comes to that type of interaction, we've kind of been behind the 8 ball a little bit.
So Nathan, tell me about your aspect on the funding then. You started a GoFundMe site, I take it?
Actually, he set up the Crowdrise.
I set up the Crowdrise, okay. But we're also going to try to go through GoFundMe, and we've gone on, we've set things up, okay, and they said, okay, you did this right, okay, but you need to go back and fix some things because we've run into some errors. So that's what's been happening. So since we found that it worked with one, we're going to try another one, just to see if like GoFundMe or Kickstarter might be a little bit easier or a little bit more user friendly. But we're going to continue to try to secure those sites. We will be going again to local foundations again and reapplying. We applied to 20 foundations and we got 15 no's. Okay, but we will reapply to some of those since I've been around and since I've been doing some more performing in the area, and I've been able to talk about it more. Now that I've been around and doing it more, then hopefully some of the individuals that might have been connected with some of the foundations have seen me be able to talk about it, and might be a little bit more receptive to help prime the pump.
Speaking of that, can you kind of give your credentials, your background, music-wise and all?
Sure.
Maybe the Reader's Digest version.
Okay, my bachelor's degree is from Oberlin College Conservatory of Music. I have a degree in music. And then I went on and I got a master's degree in a different area, speech-language pathology and audiology, and then I did doctoral work in an educational area. So I have the arts side covered, and I've also got quite a bit of educational experience behind me. I worked as an administrator with a major urban school district for many, many years as a teacher and an administrator. All the time that I was also working as an educator, I was also doing performance. So I did quite a bit of performance in Northeastern Ohio. I've sung with some of the opera companies around. I've done quite a bit of solo and oratorio type work in the area. I've also done quite a bit of teaching. I was voice faculty with the Cleveland Music School Settlement on the weekends. So that's where my background.
So you saw a need during that for a facility like this?
As a matter of fact, yes. I found, in fact, Nathan and I talked, Nathan
does talk. Right?
Yeah, I do. Nathan talks a lot. You'll be able to really talk about Nathan, his vision about what he's seen that needs to happen actually in the facility itself. I mean, he's got the eye for this kind of thing. I don't. That's all going to be Nathan. I found that when I was interacting with students, especially when I was teaching in the Cleveland area, I found a lot of students that were talent rich, but but resource poor. And so they had all kinds of ability, but as far, as being able to get in programs like this, and they were not able to do that. They weren't able to donate or a whole summer to this type of environment or, this intense environment. So with that in mind, I thought, why not? Why not develop something like this, especially in this area?
Well, I was going to ask about that because I don't know, it just seemed like Cleveland or a college town like Ashland or something like that would be where the average person might look for something like this.
This is our home.
This is This is where
this is where our heart is.
We grew up here. We grew up here, and when we were growing up, the arts were thriving here. In the 70s and 80s, we had all kinds of arts festivals that were going on.
At the Lutheran Church.
At the Lutheran Church, there were all kinds of things that would happen during the summer. McDowell Music Club was huge at that time. So this was a community that really, really supported the arts.
Embraced it.
I mean, it was the community, and I'm sure, I know you remember those times too. Okay, so that's another reason why we wanted to bring it into this area. Another reason why we wanted to bring it into this area is because this is such a great summer area. Because of the lake, people are coming. People want to, from all around, come, to go fishing for this to be a vacation area.
So this would be primarily in the summer.
We want to start it primarily as a summer program. We want to start it as a summer program.
Where do people live then, or stay while they're doing this?
The nice thing that we found is that there are also a number of homes that can be rented during the summer, or lots of areas here in town that we can really secure during the summer, so that we can bring people in. There are always a number of facilities that can be rented. So I don't think that there is a shortage of homes or of living establishments that we can secure for this endeavor.
And also, like your exchange programs all across the world, people invite children into their homes during that time. And for however brief a time, 3 weeks at a time.
Right. So there is a precedence.
You're doing renovation in the annex, cleaning it, making sure that there's piano in each of them for a practice area. We have practice rooms upstairs already available in the balcony. And our basement has ample space, plus another stage area for performances. We're thinking not just music, we're thinking dance, we're thinking art display. We're thinking workspaces for artists to do their creating their work.
But that's down the road.
But
what we,
that's my vision for these walls.
But we need to start with the performing arts, or with the performing arts, because that's what I know, and I'm comfortable. Those are the people that I know. So I'm trying to exhaust my friends and my connections first.
When you talk about high school, are you talking about high school kids around here mainly, or
no?
anywhere?
I'm talking about high school kids across the country. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, this will definitely be a resource for the high school students in this area that would be interested
in the county.
But we want to expand it because of the caliber of person that's coming in to teach. Because we're having voice faculty from actual colleges and universities, because we're having faculty, individuals, assistant professors and professors that are teaching on the college level. This is, this would be something that would be viable for any high school or college age student. So that's why our scope.
Didn't you mention something about possibly college credit?
Yeah, right, exactly. You know, that's another thing is to, when you have people that are college and faculty coming in, then you can also help negotiate college credit, you know, for the individuals that would be involved. So that's why it's more, that's the type of draw that we're talking about. So just locally for this area, no, but it would be a boost in the arm for everybody to, you know, for students in this area to be involved. But we want our scope to be a huger scope. Go ahead.
So I was just, so that what you're envisioning is there's going to be people in classes all over this building, and there'll be performances up here, there'll be performances down in the basement. There'll just be stuff going on all over.
Right, stuff going on.
A very rich environment for the arts.
Practice areas everywhere, okay, but this area and definitely the stage area downstairs could be used for actual formal performances. You know, of course, you know, people are not going to be practicing when the performances are going on, but each of these little rooms can be a practice area and used for instruction or practice or that type of thing, so that it can be going on all during the day. And also, we also want to say that Northman Grove will not only be bringing or doing this type of thing, but we also want to sponsor bringing groups in, like the Jazz Heritage Orchestra of Cleveland, Ohio. Like I've been talking with and establishing a relationship with the Erie Chamber Orchestra. So those are we want to be able to bring in a number of groups for the community to be able to see too.
Okay. The thing that has really impressed me the most is the people that have come from this community that are so impressed and want to do something. Christine Brooks Bachner, Zena Lobby, Bob Spano, all from Conneaut.
You know Robert Spano? Are you familiar with the name Robert Spano? Robert Spano is the music director, the head conductor for the Atlanta Symphony.
Yes, I heard.
Okay.
That. Tell me about the acoustics here. Are they pretty good?
Lord.
Means they're good.
Yeah. Here.
Hold on.
Can you hold it for a second?
Sure.
How are the acoustics to you?
Sound pretty good.
They're fantastic. We were actually able to do a small concert here, and the musicians that, back a couple of years ago when we did it, the musicians that we brought in were so impressed with the acoustics, they were loving what they could do here. They were loving, and they were constantly talking about, wow, what a gem acoustically.
So each one of these you can close them up and...
Right. Each one of these things we can use as an instructional area, or as a classroom where instruction takes place, where practicing can take place. You know, those are the things that's the nice thing about having this annex. It's the perfect place to teach.
How many rooms do you have altogether, do you think, then?
14.
14? Because are there some places over by the station in the basement?
Yes.
There were 5 on this annex. 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs, 14, 15 rooms.
And you have a kitchen.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have. Yes, there's a kitchen here, so that when things get going, so that we can offer, you know, food for the dwellers, so we can feed them. So yes, we do have a kitchen area. All of that is there and in place. So we'll be ready to go.
Realistically thinking, when do you think all this is going to happen?
Next summer. Now,
you say you're real quick on that answer.
Next summer.
Come hell or high water?
Come heaven. come heaven or high water. That's we have to put the rubber to the road, and there's going to be something that's happening next summer.